Malone to make the motion.
Bingham to second.
Bingham second, call the question.
Bingham, aye.
Cologne, aye.
Cardone, aye.
Good night.
Okay, so moved. Community announcements, small business initiatives.
Okay, so I think it's week 4 of the small business. We're doing the T-shirt sales in Harriman Army Navy as well as Love Bites. I think we're up to $800 or $900 in total revenue so far. So, and that money will go be applied to a small business that needs the funds. So we're ready to help someone. We'll find someone soon and give them a hand.
Great effort there. I know the downtown was.
I haven't seen Lake Street so busy as it was on Saturday. It was just a great day. All the stores were packed. The new boutique opened on Saturday. She had steady traffic all day. Love Bites was busy. Amity Beauty was busy. Haley Liquor was busy, as well as Monroe Jewelers.
That was because
Busy day.
that was
Downtown revitalization helped in too with those hearts. They made
yeah,
a
that
difference.
was a big hit. I didn't
Yep.
realize
It
it
made a nice difference. It was well done.
Well, thank you, Sal, for all your hard work.
Oh, it was great. You couldn't get a parking spot on Lake Street all day. It was good to see. Yep, it was good to see.
All right. Last call for the Town of Monroe calendar. Can you hear me? Okay.
We heard that.
Yeah. So, last call for the Town of Monroe calendar. Sal has them for sale at Love Bites. We have a few in the office here. So it was a great idea and a great program, and we're looking forward to doing it again next year. Ed's already working on it. So
Yeah, it was a great calendar. A lot of great pictures of
Yeah.
Monroe.
yes,
Lots of
absolutely.
positive feedback. Great job by Ed. Pictures are beautiful.
Okay. Public hearing. So I will make a motion to open up the continuation of the public hearing for proposed local law number 3, amendment to chapter 57 of the town code to regulate rental properties and transient housing.
Bingham to second.
Call the question.
Bingham, aye.
Cologne, aye.
Cardone, aye.
Gancarello, aye.
Good night.
Okay, so moved. Okay, I had forwarded everyone the analysis questionnaire that our planner had submitted to us. I apologize because it came in late on February 11th and I missed it until this afternoon. So you have it in front of you, you have it on your email, and it basically just outlines what his max stack of Nelson, Pope, and Voorhees' thoughts are regarding this. He asks us questions, talks about, excuse me, talks about, the length of time for the permit, if there was an auto renewal, if somebody does not have any violations, has some parameters regarding the length of time that the home is owned, and he want to designation of a local person to report to the property anytime during which the property is occupied. There's all different, and these are just items and thoughts, so there's really nothing to this other than it's an outline to get us started with it. And obviously, there's an acronym for what we're doing, and that acronym is STRs, which stands for short-term rentals. So if you could look at it, get any of your thoughts, points back to me in an email, and Mike and myself will get on a virtual meeting with Max, most likely along with our council, and hopefully within the next couple weeks we'll have it drawn up and ready to rock and roll.
No public comment.
No public comment? Did
I have nothing to add. I just wanted to hear what's been happening or my development anyway.
Okay, thank you. We appreciate. I had called. Yeah, just to let him know that I didn't know if this was coming in. I spoke to him on Wednesday because Max was tied up on another project of ours and something else, and a couple other things that he was dealing with outside of the town. So,
They just said that maybe I'd go just in case there was something going on.
yeah, no, nothing going on. We're gonna hold it over till the next meeting. So, thank you for attending, though. Appreciate it. All right, so that said, if there's no additional public comment, I'd like to make a motion to hold over and continue the public hearing at 7 PM or immediately thereafter on March 1st, 2021.
I'll second.
Call the question.
Hingham, aye.
Cardone, aye.
Scancarello, aye.
Okay, so moved. Item 4.3 is the continuation of public hearing for proposed changes to Article 14 of the Town of Monroe zoning local law. I will make a motion to open that.
Hingham to second.
Call the question.
Hingham, aye.
Cardone, aye.
Scancarello, aye.
Good night.
Okay,
No public
no
comment.
public comment. Mike, we're still waiting for Max on this one, right?
Yeah, he got, and I know we were supposed to have it by this meeting. He is just kind of swamped and trying to, he's working on like 3 or 4 major things right now. Plus, they have other municipal clients. We're not the only show in town. So my apologies. I know he said we'd have it for this meeting, but I'm confident that hopefully, if everything goes well, then we'll have it for the next one and be able to move forward with it.
Okay, great.
And just for the record, that's the non-conforming uses is what that law is, so.
That said, I will make a motion to keep open the continuation of public hearing for proposed changes to Article 14 of the Town of Monroe zoning local law on March 1st at 7 PM or immediately thereafter.
I'll second that motion.
Call the question.
Hingham, aye.
Cardone, aye.
Scancarello, aye.
Again, aye.
Okay, so moved. Next item up is the general fund abstract, which is abstract number 21-03, containing checks 26659 through 26717, and that totals $3,212,774.87. And just so everyone's aware, $2,038,030.39 represent the payment to the fire district that was collected through our taxes, and an additional $584,496.62 was a Moodna Commission joint activity payment. So that's why the number is considerably higher than at other times. Yeah. So, we need a motion to approve that.
I'll make the motion. Cologne make the motion to approve the
Abstract 2103.
2103.
Okay, do I have a second?
I'll second.
Call the question.
Hingham, aye.
Cologne, aye.
Cardone, aye.
Scancarello, aye.
Again, aye.
Okay, so moved. Okay, so in the escrow abstract, which is also escrow abstract 2103, the total claims there was $36,430.60 for various projects, as listed on the abstract. I'll make a motion to approve that.
Cologne second.
Call the question.
Hingham, aye.
Cologne, aye.
Cardone, aye.
Scancarello, aye.
Again, aye.
Okay. We need a motion to accept the February 1st, 2021 minutes.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Call the question if there's no changes, alterations, adjustments, or corrections. Question?
Hingham, aye.
Cologne, aye.
Cardone, aye.
Scancarello, aye.
Again, aye.
Okay. So moved.
No, hold on, is it? Can you hear it now?
There you go.
All right, that's it.
Okay. Next item up in new business is a proposed local law for the real property tax law, section 1910. This was actually brought about by the state. It came across to us on the 31st of January, I believe, is when they approved it, but it didn't come to us till after our last meeting. And essentially what it does is it allows us to forego any late payments. So essentially, it's a local law authorizing special deferments and installment payments of property taxes during the COVID-19 state of emergency. It's going to go 120 days from now, from February 1, and it will allow those that have late payments, or I shouldn't say late payments after from February 1 on, not to be charged any penalties. So, you want to expand on it, Brian?
I don't need to expand other than there's also a component that allows you to have an installment plan. It's kind of a separate provision. So in other words, you could just extend the payment date, but there's also a provision that allowed you to set an installment plan for people to pay. You don't need that. If you want to just say 120 days and that's it, then I would just strike the installment plan. And
Just so everyone knows, I spoke to Mary Ellen on it, and she would rather forego the installment plan because it becomes an accounting issue with her, so.
yeah, so I think what we'll do is then under section 3, the resolution you have, it'd be 120 days from February 1st, and then you can just strike there's a highlighted paragraph about the installment plan. So we'll just do 120 days from February 1st, period.
As far as tax payments that are in-house, as of February 1, we had 83% of the parcels had paid their taxes. Same time last year, we were at 86%. So,
We're off terribly.
yeah, it's not off. Yeah, I think it was off by like 40 or 50 parcels in total. So, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Considering what everybody's going through.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so that said, I'll make that motion.
Colonna second.
Any other discussion? Call the question.
Bingham, aye.
Colonna,
Cardone, aye.
Can I?
Okay. Next item up, 7.2, is electronic filing opt-out. This essentially is for the town to opt out of the electric filing of complaints for administrative review of assessments. It would then require them to either mail in the paperwork or present it in person. Speaking with our assessor, the electronic filing does cause a lot of it does cause a lot of backlog, and his concern was that, it's always been done either in person, and he preferred not to get involved with it. So I'll present it to the board. I told Brian about it, and he prepared the resolution. So,
he prefers in-person payment.
well, in person or mail-in.
Or mail-in.
Which traditionally it's been the majority of was mail-in.
I think for something this important, people should be
Yeah.
able to show. I don't like this electronic thing because it can easily be hacked. There's other issues.
Yeah.
And if people are that serious about it, they'll come in and answer any question. I think it's important for them. It's important for the town.
Yeah. Okay. Any other questions about it? I'll read the whereases. Now therefore be it resolved that Section 1, all whereas clauses are hereby incorporated by reference as those set forth in full herein. Section 2, the town board hereby opts out of permitting any person aggrieved by an assessment, example, an owner, purchaser, or tenant who is required to pay the taxes pursuant to a lease or written agreement, or a representative thereof to electronically file an assessment complaint. Section 3, complaints with respect to assessments are to continue in accordance with the provisions of the Section 524 of the real property tax law. Section 4, the town supervisor and any other officer or employee as directed by the town supervisor shall take any and all necessary actions to carry out the provisions of this resolution. And Section 5, the resolution shall be effective immediately. So I'll make that motion.
Hingham to
Second.
second.
Ladies first,
Bingham with the second.
please.
Any other discussion? Call the question.
Hingham, aye.
Malone, aye.
Cardone, aye.
Cancarello, aye.
Good night.
Okay.
Roger, can I just take it back, sorry, to 7.1, because it wasn't clear. It's a local law, so you guys have to set a public hearing. As much as you're all on board with the 120 days, we can't adopt that tonight without setting a public hearing because it's a local law.
Okay.
So the resolution should be to set the public hearing, even though you can make it retroactive to February 1st and approve that, we still have to do it through the local law process. So the resolution should be to set a public hearing, if you want, on March 1st at 7 PM. And
This is
then-
on the prior resolution.
This was on the 7.1
yeah.
with respect to the
Okay.
1910 real property tax extension. It's a local law.
1910.
So it still needs a public hearing. So the resolution should be to set a public hearing. In this case, I would suggest March 1st at 7 PM, and you can still make it effective retro.
We have to make another motion to undo.
Yeah, I would just make a
Can I just
motion.
amend the motion?
Yeah, just make a motion to set the resolution for March 1st at 7 PM to have a public hearing on that local law.
Okay, so I'll amend the motion to set a public hearing on the local law for authorizing special deferments and installment payments of property taxes during the COVID-19 state of emergency. And that public hearing will be set on March 1st at 7 PM or immediately thereafter.
Second that motion.
Call the question.
Hingham, aye.
Malone, aye.
Cardone, aye.
Cancarello, aye.
Good night.
Okay,
Thank you, Supervisor.
thank you. Sorry about that. Okay. Next item up is the 2021 library contract. So the library contract isn't, you guys have copies of it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Brian and I had some discussion that I'd like to go into executive session on regarding this contract. So, no, we'll wait till, no, so we'll go into executive session after,
Okay.
okay?
What's our deadline for passing this, just so we know? We don't want to
We're supposed to give them payment 60 days, within 60 days after January 1.
January 1st.
Yeah, January 1. So, all right. We'll table that for the executive session and circle back after the session. Item 7.4, standard workday resolution and reporting resolution for elected and appointed officials. So it's be it resolved that the town board of the town of Monroe, location code number 30121, hereby establish the following standard workdays for these titles and will report the officials to the State of New York and local retirement based on their record of activities. That's for Town Justice James McKnight and Town Justice Audra Schwartz. That form is attached in your packet, and the standard workday is 7 workdays, and the record of activities. Brian, could you clarify what the 7.45 means? And the 2.32 means? Those hours for each day? Oh. Record of That's the pay. So McKnight is at 2.32, and Judge Schwartz is at 7.45. It doesn't say anything. It doesn't designate what that is.
I think we have some time because this
I don't
has to
think
go
it-
for reporting,
It's
you know,
not that-
to the state,
Maybe you just want to
for the retirement system.
Can you call Mary Ellen? Because she's the one that filled this form out, and just get clarification on that, please, Val? What's that?
Voicemail.
So, we'll push that aside for a second and go to item 7.5, and that's as per our IMA with Woodbury. We need a resolution authorizing town employees to assist in the transport of dogs as necessary from the town of Monroe to the Woodbury Animal Shelter. So the resolution would be a resolution authorizing town of Monroe employees Mike Gary and Webster Johnston to assist in the transport of dogs as necessary from the town of Monroe to the Woodbury Animal Shelter per the terms of our intermunicipal agreement with Woodbury. So I will make that motion.
Hold on a second.
Any other discussion? I know we have to still work out some aspects with IBW for Mike Gary. And
and I guess
and
probably give me a
and-
minimum call-out hours, right?
Well, yeah, it's going to be that, and there's going to have to be a stipend for both of them that we will have to determine. But I wanted to get this done because Woodbury's been on my case about it for the last,
Dogging you?
they've been dogging me.
Good one.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, I mean, I guess we could talk about it, how that's going to work out payment-wise, you know.
Brian, can we approve this without the actual stipend involved in it? Just to get their names on the list?
Yeah, I mean, but ultimately to approve it, it would still need to come back before the board, unless you're going to designate somebody to.
Can't hear you. George can't hear you.
You need a number at some point in there to be approved by the board, or an authorization for you or somebody to approve, the final amount.
I think that's what we should do, but I think we'll discuss whether it's a stipend or it's just like an hourly call-out where they get a minimum hours. I don't know what their contract calls for. I don't know if it's 2 or 3 or 4, but whatever, it should be the minimum callback. I mean, once you get into a stipend, then it's an automatic payment regardless of. Right, if they get called out no times, like, we haven't been inundated. So I think, and then just figure. I'm willing to, not willing to, but I think a good idea would be to authorize this as being the 2 employees and authorize the supervisor to work out the contractual issues for payment.
Do you want to kind of frame that so that it's of hours,
Whatever they're.
3 hours for each call out for whatever rate they currently make?
Yeah, I would say it should be whatever their minimum call-out hours are as per their union contracts. Although Webster's not under a contract right
No,
now,
Webster's
right?
not.
So, I mean, to be fair, you'd want them to both. So whatever, I don't know what the IBW call-out contract, call-out
The hours
minimum
would be,
is, yeah. Whether
the
it's
hours would be
2, 3,
consistent.
4 hours, I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
But I would say it should be the minimum call-out hours based on their, based on their hourly, I guess,
Rate.
pay. Yeah,
Okay.
right.
All right, so we'll adjust the motion and resolution to state that it would be the minimum call-out hours as per the union contract, and their rates would be their current hourly rate.
I'll
You make
second that motion.
discussion? Call the question.
Aye.
Malone, aye.
Cardone, aye.
Gangarello, aye.
Good night.
Okay, so moved. Next item is the Town Hall elevator maintenance contract. This contract was reviewed by Brian's new counsel, Robert Zitt. There were 6 items that he brought to our attention, and what I'd like to do is authorize, someone has to make a motion to authorize the supervisor to sign this pursuant to attorney review so that those items can be, excuse me, either adjusted or language be included in the revisions as per our attorney's approval.
And pending a final approval of the attorney?
Yes.
All right, so whatever comes up in the elevator issue, he'll resolve.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'll make that motion.
Well, it's just so everyone knows that the contract cost is $225 per month.
All right,
So,
Includes inspections.
yes. It doesn't include maintenance costs, but,
that's just general
Yeah.
man-hours.
yeah. So it says maintenance shall not include testing and shall not be conducted on operating equipment, which
I
is
think there was a
operational.
question of whether it was every other month that they were actually coming. I think that's the way,
Yeah.
when you use the term bi-monthly, that could mean twice a month, or it could mean every other month. And they said once bi-monthly, I believe, which would suggest they're coming once every other month.
Yeah.
So as long as you guys understand that.
Rick made that motion.
I'll second.
Call the question.
Bingham, aye.
Malone, aye.
Cardone, aye.
Scangarello, aye.
Good night.
Okay,
Sorry, who seconded that? Zach,
Uh,
thank you.
Sal.
Al.
All right. Item is permits for pesticide in Round Lake. So we need a resolution to authorize in accordance with the stipulations of the New York State DEC aquatic pest control permits that Solitude Lake Management be allowed to conduct pesticide treatments during the 2021 season in Round Lake and be solely in charge of all pesticide applications for the duration of 2021. Once this is done, they will provide us with a contract which will outline the guidelines of it. This is not approving that contract. This is just authorizing them to work within the DEC guidelines.
But it doesn't give us a price.
No, I just said it doesn't. There's no, this is not a contract.
Oh,
This
it's
is
not a
just-
contract yet,
no.
this is just getting, all right.
Yep.
Gotcha.
So I'll make that motion.
On a second.
Call the question.
Bingham, aye.
Malone, aye.
Cardone, aye.
Scangarello, aye.
Good night.
Okay. Board of Assessment Review appointment.
So, yes, we had, I know that we had advertised that position and only received one reply. That was from Dory Hool, who is Village Monroe resident. She is also on the village board. And based on that, and based on her, knowing her and her work ethic and her abilities, I would, make the motion that we appoint her to the bar.
I'll second.
Okay, any discussion?
Feel that having somebody who's an elected official, even though I know it's allowed because you can't have, we have 3 members on the board. You're not allowed to have like 2 elected officials. It can't be a majority of elected officials on there. I still feel that when an elected official is determining a budget and setting basically what the rates that taxpayers are going to be paying, I find that for them then to be able to go with the assessor's office, it just seems a little of a conflict to me, so I just feel it's not the best thing.
Yeah, believe me, I know we had, when it came up and Dory was the only.
Applicant.
The only applicant, candidate. But in fact, I mean, you know what, if she was on the town board, maybe I would feel a little differently, but since she is on the village board and they don't
But they're going to
really,
have village residents possibly come in front of the bar.
they do, but they are not, we're the ones that do the budget that affects their taxes. You know what I mean? So when we do our budget every year, our budget is really what sets the tax rate that we are, sets the tax rate. So I don't see it as being a conflict. And I asked counsel just to make sure, and he, like I said, that was the first thing that came to my mind. And plus, listen, I know Dory. She's a fair person. I don't think she's going to use her position on that to enforce,
Something nefarious.
enforce. Yeah, she's not going to be, she would
No,
not
she's
be.
not.
Listen,
Right.
she's a resident that, has, 5 kids and pays bills, and I'm sure if it's a legitimate, complaint or assessment review, that she will, do her due diligence and, act accordingly.
Counsel, did you want to expand on that?
I don't see a conflict. I don't think there's any issue.
Okay. Any other discussion?
When do we need to have this position filled?
So the county has requested that this be filled immediately, and that was 2 weeks ago. Rip, or Royce Noblin, has asked me for the last month, since we only have 2 people on the committee, to get it filled ASAP, because he has to have a meeting with them and kind of explain the procedure. And there is training that goes along with the position. Presently, I believe the training is slated for March. And it's a 4-hour virtual course that the county conducts. Now, I have reached out to multiple people since December asking for people. Nobody had expressed any interest, thus the reason for advertising it once I found out from Kathy Witzak at the county that it had to be filled immediately. Don't have a call the question.
Hingham, aye.
Cologne, aye.
Cardone, aye.
Stancarello, aye.
Can I?
Okay, so moved. Okay, Orange County Traffic Safety Program. So Sergeant Kraus from the Monroe PD had contacted me, and I met with him and Keisha Healy. This is a program for child passenger safety seats, and it's a technician update class. So it's done through the county, and it's done by the Village of Monroe Police Department. I had suggested that, or I am suggesting that we do not charge them for the use of the facilities. They'll be here for 2 days from 8 to 4 on 4/12 and 4/13. So we basically have to discuss and approve the use of Town Hall by the Orange County Traffic Safety Program and the Village of Monroe Police Department on April 12th and April 13th during the hours of 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. for child passenger safety training and the technician update class, pending submittal of required certificate of insurance. The anticipated number of guests per day is 25 individuals, and they're obviously required to adhere to the current Town Hall COVID-19 protocol. We met in here, and obviously this room, we had put a number of 42 on, so 25 is more than adequate to hold the event.
I'll make the motion that we give them the town hall meeting room without charge.
Cologne, a second. It's a safety issue for the town.
Child safety,
Absolutely.
seats, it's,
Call the question, if there's no other discussion.
Hingham, aye.
Cologne, aye.
Cardone, aye.
and I,
Okay, so moved. And old business, the lease, the car lease for the assessor's office.
I looked into a number of vehicles. I was trying to get the better price and something that would fit the use for the assessor's office. I got two prices on two compact SUVs. Both of them are four-cylinder, both of them are four-wheel drive. One is a Ford Escape, which I have a sales price on. I thought I had the lease price. I do have a picture enclosed. If you look up on the monitor, that's the picture of the vehicle. It's fairly well equipped.
That's what?
That's a Ford Escape, what is that? Ford Escape Sport.
Okay.
And they gave us a real good price on it. They came down like $6,000. It started at $25,169, and they dropped it down to $19,266. So $19,266.50. So I'm sure that would be quite a good lease price. I'll catch up on the lease price tomorrow morning. I thought I had it with me. That car has it's well equipped. Power windows and door locks and what have you. Also a modern day screen, so you don't get lost on the way of assessing a house or whatever. And it's covered for 3 and 36. That's the vehicle right there. Brand new 2021. And I thought that was a terrific price. And that was from Sunshine Ford in Newburgh. The second one was a Kia Soul. That one started out, there it is. Can we mute that? No?
Can you mute that, George?
Oh, that's this.
That's Valerie.
Oh,
There you go.
Val, thank you.
It started out, excuse me, at $20,245 and came down to a price of $17,545, and with documentations and fees and licenses, it comes down to $18,500 or $18,492.50. The lease price on that, you can go for either 36 months, 24 months with no money down at $258 a month, 36 months at $232, or 39 months. I believe that's a problem there. I think that's a, you'll have to forget that last line. I think you made an issue there. It's a mistake. It can't be more money. It has to be a lot. Yeah, it's probably like
Probably 190.
198. I doubt that. It's not a $40,000 car. So I think they're both great cars. They're both four-wheel drive. With the Kia, I know it's a foreign manufacturer, but they are made, what is it, in Alabama? And it has a 10-year warranty, 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. I think it's certainly something that should be up for consideration. The third one was going to be a plug-in hybrid, but I thought that the issue that price would have been considerably more. And since we don't have the plug-in units, I didn't get a third vehicle. I thought that these were by far the two lowest priced vehicles that were well equipped as such.
Wait a minute. So this one,
Last sheet.
last sheet.
has a sales price on that.
But
I'm
what's
thinking that,
confusing to me is that this first sheet states that it's a 2017 Escape with four-wheel drive.
no, this is going to be a new one. I already saw the vehicle. That's why I don't, did I have a picture of the window sticker on that one? All right. It's a 2021. No, it'll be a four-wheel drive
Rick,
on
let me
on
go
the
to the
Ford.
video on that.
He sent me the wrong sheet. He sent me the wrong sheet. I think he just went by the price. But it's a 2021 four-wheel drive, four-cylinder, because the Ford Escape Sport can come in a three-cylinder, and that wasn't going to be an issue. I couldn't, and front-wheel drive. So originally, he had sent me this one, which was a front-wheel drive. It's the wrong sheet. But what you see on there is a 2020 Ford EcoSport with four-cylinder and four-wheel drive. Both vehicles are four-wheel drive.
So we still got to get the,
I can get you a lease price on it by tomorrow morning. But it's something to consider. I don't think your lease price will be more than, probably if you're going 24, it'll be very close to this, maybe a $10 difference or a $5 difference.
personally, I would rather have
Go
an
with the
American car. I don't know what everybody else feels, that's just me.
No, I'm
And
with
listen,
you.
I like the design of the Kias, I think they have nice lines, but
Listen, I understand completely, but those were the two,
no, and it's,
Vehicles
I know
I
you
thought
worked
that
hard
were-
on this for,
I was
For quite
looking
some
around, and the reason I didn't get a Chrysler is because Chrysler just got bought out again by PSA, so
yeah, because I had gotten a price on the Jeep, and the Jeep was like $323 a month
it's a
for
lot,
36
it's
months.
a lot more money. You're
It's a lot
talking
more money.
$100 a month more,
Yeah.
minimal.
Yeah, but listen, Ford's a good way to go. I would say just.
I think on a Ford, it's a great value, to be honest
So
with you.
you want to approve the Ford
Let me get you the lease
pursuant
price.
to
and then
lease
we'll-
prices?
You did something, man.
Can you hear me? Oh, there
Yeah,
we
there
go.
you go.
Okay.
I think Ford made a serious issue coming down $6,000. I think that's pretty good.
Yeah, listen, I would just get the hard numbers and we'll vote on it at the next meeting.
All right, I'll have
Yeah.
a definitive lease and another updated Monroe on that.
What are you getting? You getting white or you getting?
The one I got, no, the one up there was a silver. It's a bright silver.
Silver's
It's
good,
almost
yeah.
a white.
Yeah, just so when the sticker's on the side, it
Yeah,
looks.
it'll
you
show
know,
up. No dark
yeah.
colors.
We got the stickers.
Plus, the supervisor might be using
No,
it
we got-
sometimes.
No, we got magnets.
Well, I know, but just
On and off.
We got magnets that are going to
can't
go
have him
on.
driving around in a black car like he's,
Yeah.
secret agent man or something like that.
No. All right, thank you, Rick, appreciate it.
And it has a good reliability rate. That's what I don't want to get us a car that's going to be in the shop all the time.
Yes. All right, we'll hold that off until the next meeting. Council, you wanted to add a motion to this evening's agenda?
You want to talk an executive session, or,
Executive.
I thought earlier you said executive session, but,
No, not the library.
Yeah, you want to go?
no,
in
you're talking
executive
about
the library, right?
the motion for leave to go to the Court of Appeals?
Oh, yeah. Is that what you said? Is that what you sent me?
That was on the Teamsters appeal. But I mean, if we're going
Yes.
to executive, we can
Yeah,
cover
so
that
let's go
anyway.
into executive session.
All right, so I'll make a motion, we go into executive.
Actually, wait.
Public comment?
I want public comment first. I don't want Ward staying here.
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't have
What,
to.
you got any?
No comment?
Thank you, Ward.
Yeah,
Well, no comment is a comment, so put him in the record as saying
it's
no
a comment.
First time that we got such a short no comment.
No, he did it one other night before, and I said it's not a meeting if Ward doesn't comment.
Oh,
I
okay.
remember about 2 years ago.
Yeah, okay. Stand corrected.
All right, so I'll make a motion to go into executive session to discuss legal and contractual.
Go on a second.
Call in a second, call the question.
Hingham, aye.
Cologne, aye.
Cardone, aye.
Ancarello, aye.
And I,
Okay, so,
Mr. Nugent, way over there.
Nugent. Turn the mic on.
Got the mic on.
Gotta turn
No,
that
you
mic
gotta
on.
turn it on. Yeah. put it
George,
on. Hold on.
we're back.
You get it? You need a battery?
Make a motion that we come back into a motion
I
for
got
new.
batteries if you need a battery.
All good.
There are brand-new batteries in it.
No, it's not.
All right, Mike made a motion to come back into executive session, out of executive session into the regular.
Yes.
Bingham to second.
Bingham to second. Call the question.
Bingham, aye.
That was a Cologne aye. Cardone aye.
Scangarello, aye.
And
Okay, so moved. First item that we want to table regarding the public, hold on. A standard workday resolution and reporting resolution for elected and appointed officials. I make a motion to table that until March 1st so we can get some more information.
second.
Call the question.
Bingham, aye.
Cologne, aye.
Cardone, aye.
Scangarello, aye.
And
Okay, so moved. Next item, council.
So I'm going to state a motion, and a member of the board can adopt it to make the motion. The motion will be to authorize legal counsel to file a motion for leave to appeal to the New York State Court of Appeals in the matter of Teamsters Local 445 versus the town of Monroe.
I'll make that motion as read by the town attorney.
I'll second.
Question.
Bingham, aye.
Cologne, aye.
Cardone, aye.
Scangarello, aye.
And
So moved.
okay, do you want me to do the library?
Next item is the library contract. Yep.
Motion that we accept the library contract 7.3 under new business.
Second.
I'll second.
Call the question.
Bingham, aye.
Cologne, aye.
Cardone, aye.
Scangarello, aye.
And
And I also make a motion that the supervisor is allowed to sign that contract.
Cologne, second.
Second that.
Cologne, a second. Call the question.
Bingham, aye.
Cologne, aye.
Cardone, aye.
Scangarello, aye.
McKinnon,
Okay. So moved. Any other business? I don't think so. Motion to adjourn.
I'll second that motion.
Second that motion. Call the question.
Bingham, aye.
Cologne, aye.
Cardone, aye.
Scangarello, aye.
McKinnon,
Okay.
good night,
Thank you.
everyone.